Okay, hi everybody, it's me, Bonkai922. It's Thursday, and we have the second episode of our winter anime, The Witch and the Beast. Episode 2, this one was called The Witch's Pastime Opening Act. This show, it's gonna get gory, to a better understanding. Now, we properly begin with this guy and this woman outside, and she says she's walking home, and she sees these crows. And she goes into an alley, and she thinks she's safe. Out of nowhere, here comes a hand, grabs her, and then all of a sudden, her chest starts expanding, getting bubbly, and she explodes. And then you see this person saying, "It's not enough." This show is gonna get gory and weird and scary at times. But that's where we go from there. And after that, we pick off our good friends, main cast, Ashoff and Gudo. And they are this show. What I like about this show are our two leads. I truly believe that the leads in this show are really good. That's just my opinion. Take it or leave it. I personally love it because Ashoff is very sophisticated, you know, suave in a way. He's very suave. He's, you know, I just like his personality. His personality is cool. Smoking a cig, you know, that kind of thing. And at Gudo, she's like, she doesn't want to have it. And basically, the whole bit is with the order of magical resonance. There are going to be times when she has to do a case that doesn't involve witches because they basically deal with anything magic. And there are other things that are magic that are not witches, like magical beasts, which they end up dealing with. And it's this weird creature that's got like a tail and everything. Ashoff deals with it because she doesn't want everything to do with it. She's bored out of her mind. She doesn't want to deal with it. This all basically emphasizes that she wants only to deal with witch cases because she wants this curse removed. That's her whole spiel about the whole scenario. So Ashoff takes care of it. He has a few words with the guy who called in from the order to do this job, which is basically just to subdue the beast, not kill it, and have a little altercation again at the table when they're eating. And she's like, and what was the case before that, and that, and that. It's just, I love the banter between both of them. And then he gets a letter from the order. Oh, speaking of the devil. And you think, oh, it's a witch case. No, it's not. It's some old lady who has a locket, a little locket. How do you call those? Ow, you know, it's just like little treasure, little thing that you open up with a key. And he realizes it has a rune on it, and he solves it for her, and she gets really pissed, and he tells her, "Listen, you better play a game here. You better pull your weight, okay? Or you're not going to get what you want." Basically, that's what he says, more or less, to a certain extent. And she decides, okay. Now, before that, we do get some more feedback. Well, actually, before that happens, we then basically get them at another place eating, and finally, they get a case for a witch. And this is we're introduced to the witch's pastime, which involves a witch and a grimoire. And we get introduced to, in the location of Hayden. Now, they don't really say in the anime who this person is. She's in charge of the police department in Hayden. And she's a mage. Not a witch, she's a mage. And I believe her name, because they don't really say it in the anime. I believe her name is Kira. I could be wrong. Because there were a lot of names being shown in this episode. But anyway, she's with this other guy, and they're investigating. There's these corpses that are just hanging. What this witch is basically doing is she's going around. I think she's killing women. She's absorbing them or devouring them. I have no idea. It's weird. But these corpses hanging and stuff. And you could see from her... We also get a flashback for this person who's in charge of the police department. She obviously has some history. I think it was her children who were caught in a fire, and I think it might have been caused by a witch. So, there's that going for her with that in that whole scenario. And she leaves the crime scene with her, where her partner was, and she walks away. And then she obviously bumps into Ashoff and Godot. Now, apparently in the show they have things called wards, which is basically a magic spell they do. And I think basically what it does is it makes people tell the truth, be able to spill the beans of certain things that they need to know from the other person who made the ward. So they go to this diner, and there's also this other group we were introduced to called the Paladins. D&D reference. These Paladins are usually the ones who are involved with witches. They come in and they take care of business. But the mayor, according to what they're talking about this, doesn't want to do that. Because he wants to solve the situation by himself. So that's why they called the order, why Hashoff and Godot over there. But she doesn't want to have anything of it. This one who's in charge of the police. She wants the whole truth with Hashoff and Godot. They basically spill the beans. She's trying to get a curse off her. And find the witch that did it. Now, they have the little pleasantries, and she says she can trust them now to meet her there at 9 a.m. After that scene, we get more scenes of this witch doing... She's got some woman, and there's like... It looks like she's... I don't know what the hell I'm looking at here. She's got her hand over her mouth, and there's something coming out of her. Like literally going up into her neck and into her hand. I'm guessing that's her energy or her flesh. I have no idea. Then we see I see what she's laughing. And there's like a side of the body and there's blood on the wall. And that's where the episode ends. And I'm like, lovely. But this was just basically a prelude of this case specifically of what's really going to go down here. Overall, my impressions, episode 1 last week and episode 2 this week, this is definitely something that I can get behind, yeah. I mean, I'm not going to get that bad PTSD. Insert Kaizen here. But I'm liking the feel of this show. It's kind of interesting. The dynamic of these two main characters who are basically going about the rounds of trying to resolve issues with magic involving witches and other things. And you have this one character, her, being very gung-ho, being very violent, she wants to get this curse off her body. She wants revenge on the witch who did it to her. So you could tell the animosity, you could tell the anxiousness in her. While Hashoff is very chill, and he's trying to keep the peace here and say, hey, you need to play ball. We're going to get your curse off, but you need to play ball when it concerns these cases not involving witches. That's basically what, I like it. I like his back and forth banter. It's very interesting to me to see two characters like this in a show like this. There are a lot of animes during this winter season that I just looked at and I'm like, wow, where did this come from? One specifically that I'm really liking so far is definitely Metallic Rouge. But this one also, it is fantasy, but not in the same aspect of the other shows that we have in the winter. And I really enjoy it. I find it very intriguing. It's kind of funny. This is magic. The show I review on Saturday is magic, but that's a little different. But overall, I like this episode. I like the tone, the visceral, gory nature of it, what's being shown. Not a complete 10 out of 10. I would say 9 out of 10. 9 out of 10, but I definitely like what I'm seeing here. I like what's going on here. And from the intro and the outro, I think we're going to get some more agents of the, magical order of magical resonance. So it should be interesting. This is Bankai 922. Stay tuned. We're going to get more witches being grotesque. I'll see you guys later.